I think that's because they down power when they see this. We'll look at the last frame, but again, starting back on the 3rd, 4th, this is the one coming up that's incoming tonight, this first one. Very powerful CME. The one coming up next happens very fast. Notice the white specks and how much they increase after that flare. Again, this is the last image, 1448. All the white specks are what's called energized particles. You only see those in the strongest flares and...
Okay, folks, what we're looking at this morning is in relation to, I think I posted this thing earlier this week, but what astronomers are observing is that when the sun have coronal mass ejection, that is that big piece of fire you're seeing coming off the sun here, right? That's when the sun explodes at the surface, right? That's an extra particles, energy particles to the earth that cause the magnetic field of the earth to interact with the sun, and all those charged particles end up making the magnetic field generate earthquakes. All right, this guy has been saying this for years. I've been following this guy for years. It's called BP Earthwatch. And this week we had that extend solar flare. All right, so he's doing a video on that. And this morning I got up and there's an earthquake in Mexico. And I posted last week sometime that we may get an earthquake some parts of the globe on Saturday. Because off of this video here, the guy said that by the 9th we may have earthquakes, right? And it actually happened a day before. So people was like messaging me since early this morning about the earthquake because they saw my post, right? So we need to pay attention to what is happening on the sun, because what happens on the sun is actually linked to earthquakes that happens on earth. And they actually proved that when they had the massive earthquake in Japan, because at that time these flares, and if these flares are earth facing, it's a whole different story. Okay, it causes an even worse reaction, and if it's really, really, really bad, it could actually burn up stuff on earth, you know. But they call it a kill shot, and that hasn't actually ever happened. It happened a very long time ago in the 1800s, but with all the technology we depend on now, if that were to happen now, it will be really, really bad for us, you know. So, but once you see these solar flares happening and the sun injecting extra energy, it always ends up in an earthquake a few days later by the time the particles reach the earth and interact with the core of our earth. Alright, so that's probably one of the reasons why we get
This is coming out from the right, basically, but again,
that massive earthquake in Mexico
fully involve our planet from every angle. Amazing X-flare images. You should save this video, save it into a file, put it on a DVD, anything you want to, guys. This is incredible. You've got like a rapid fire of flares. If you look at it from a couple of different SDO angles, you can see how it's traveling around those magnetic rings. As it collapses, it creates a secondary flare called a Hyder flare. So you've got the first flare, that collapses, a Hyder flare, then you have the coronal mass ejection. And the timing of all three is different. Check this out on the SDO 304 camera. It travels across and to the right along that entire magnetic field. As you know that you could put 109 Earths across the face of this sun to stretch across it, 109 of our planets. Now look at the image overload here. Again, Earth-facing SDO images. Right there, it runs completely across it. Completely collapses back into, again, the secondary Hyder flare. This is very unusual. What we're dealing with right now is Venus, Mercury, and the Earth are all lined up magnetically, not in a physical straight line.
Wow.
But they're all connected now to not the sunspot in the bottom right that's throwing off the flares. all the drift of all three planets now are within 6.5 degrees of the sunspot to the top. It's amazing to see that growth. Now, this is the first CME track of the coronal mass ejection associated with the X10 flare. Short.
Right, folks, but this is a lot of technical data here, but he has been dead on 90%, not even 90%, 100% of the times. When he say earthquake come in, earthquake does come. You know, so the bulk of the energy supposed to reach tomorrow. So we may even have further earthquakes apart from this one here. Alright, because since the 4th, solar flares has been reported on the sun, and on the 6th he made this video. Alright, and he said on the 9th they were supposed to get the full impact. And just remember, these things are these solar flares are actually earth facing. Right, these coronal mass ejections are earth facing, so that's what makes it even more deadly for us here on it. Right, so we may have some more earthquakes. I just praying that none is in Trinidad, not anywhere near. Oh Lord, I just hope none already come. Alright, as BP does say, it's a heads up.